Watch your step.
Careful.
I have never been so depressed in my life.
Oh, Daddy.
I'd commit suicide, but nobody would even notice.
Oh, be quiet.
What happened after I fell off the stage?
Well, for a second, after you hit the ground, there was dead silence. And then the audience burst into applause. They thought it was part of the show.
Then Mother and I started screaming for a doctor, and some man hurried down the aisle. We asked him what kind of doctor he was, and he said he was a veterinarian.
That got a big laugh.
Then the ambulance arrived.
Then the police arrived.
Then Howard had to be sedated.
Then we all went to the hospital.
And that's about it.
Howard?
My fiance, the one you gagged and locked in a closet.
And how's your mother handling all this excitement?
She's leaving with Richard this afternoon.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
Why does the word straitjacket come to mind?
Daddy, what's wrong?
Can you imagine the look on Capra's face when I came out as Cyrano? I mean, he must have thought we were all mad.
I'm leaving you, George.
Yes, I know. Charlotte, wait. I want to talk to you.
There's nothing to talk about.
Of course there is. Please, just 5 minutes.
Come on, let's go.
Don't turn to Mother. He has stitches. I'll give you 1 minute, George.
Charlotte, I know how disappointed you are about the movie. And so am I. But is it really that important?
45 seconds.
Oh, stop. You can't just leave, especially not with Richard. You would die prematurely. He would bore you to death.
Well, at least he's stable. Mentally.
What good is that if you're bored?
15 seconds.
Oh, stop.
I'm sorry, but I have to go.
Think, woman. Think for a minute. Use your brain. Think of all the fun that we've had together, rambling from town to town like minor royalty, signing autographs and doing interviews. My God, we'll be laughing about my entrance to Cyrano for months. And think of the thousands of people that you bring joy to each week, as Amanda and Roxanne, Lady Bracknell and Eliza Doolittle. You're an actress, Charlotte. It's in your blood. And if you were in the spotlight of a runaway train, you would break into a time step. It is a gift to be that reckless and insane. There are people in the darkness that are living through you, dreaming of what they can be through your voice. Are you really going to turn your back on them because you lost some measly role in a film?
You give me a pain, George.
I know I do, and I'm sorry. I can't help it. I do love you, Charlotte. And I haven't the faintest idea why, but the thought of living without you terrifies me.
I wanted to be a movie star. I wanted to be rich and famous. I wanted everybody to admire me.
I admire you.
Oh, George, we were so close. We almost made it after all these years. Oh, crap.
Well, perhaps we're not meant to be movie stars. Isn't it nice to know our limitations?
No, I hate it.
Well, I find it rather comforting now that I think about it.
I don't. I despise it. And I hate getting older. I'm starting to look like Ed Sullivan.
You're as beautiful now as the day that we met. No, you're more beautiful.
You have glaucoma.
Oh, I take it this means we're not running off together.
Oh, Richard, I'm so sorry. You must think I'm peaceful.
No.
Can you ever forgive me? You know I love you, but just in a different way.
I like his way better.
Paul, stop it!
You're in love with me and you know it.
I am not!
Yes?
How
I'm better, I think, but...
Young man, I owe you a profound apology.
That's okay, I
He
just
thought
don't...
you were someone else.
I still think it's
It
a
was
real mistake. Did I say it? Would you all just be quiet?
I have to say something.
Please do.
Absolutely.
Roz, I can't go through with it.
Howard.
It's just too much pressure. I mean, I'm sure it's just me, but I've never been gagged and locked in a closet before.
It was a mistake.
I know, but something else happened. There's this girl and we
Howard,
started...
honey, the cab is waiting. We'll miss the train.
Eileen?
You didn't tell them yet, did you?
I was just, starting.
Howard!
It's a funny story, actually. We met at the hospital. I mean, we didn't meet there. We went steady at Lafayette High School here in Buffalo. So we started talking, and it was like, oh my God, she's so normal. So we went to the cafeteria for some Jell-O, and it just happened. It was like magic. We sort of knew.
Couldn't you just eat him up?
No, I can't.
And hey, you want to know what the best part is? You tell him.
Go ahead.
Well, she wants to start a family right away.
What a good idea! Stop. Just listen. Children. My children. Eileen. Horace?
Howard.
Howard. Speaking on behalf of me and Mrs. Hay, perhaps you would do us the honor of naming us the godparents of your firstborn.
And remember, the first one is always early.
I'd like that, George. I really would.
So would I.
Oh my gosh, we've got to run. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. I'm sorry.
That's quite all right. Have a safe trip.
Oh, we'll be fine. There's a low pressure area in the whole Northeast, so we should be seeing sunny skies through the weekend.
I guess I shouldn't have come back.
And you wouldn't have if you'd known I was here. You said it 4 times.
Roz?
Daddy, stay out of this.
Rosalind, I told you on the phone last week that Paul was here.
Did you? I guess I forgot.
You forgot?
Yeah, I forgot. I have a lousy memory, all right?
Hey.
Paul, stay away from me.
And you know what? I think our first play together should be much ado about nothing.
Stop
And then
it.
she stooped to come
Down.
in arms to the man.
Oh, Paul.
I find this totally revolting.
Family, my dearest family, I would like to make an announcement.
That wasn't a matinee, that was a national disaster.
Mother,
What?
George is making one of his speeches.
Oh, how exciting. I'll call the UN.
There comes a time in every man's life where it's time to step aside and pass the torch on to the younger generation. This, I believe, is such a season for George and Charlotte Hay. To the two of you, we hereby present Romeo and his Juliet, Hamlet and Ophelia, and Beatrice and her Benedict. Those younger roles that you and your mother have now outgrown.
Speak for yourself, dear.
Speaking the wise words of the man from Stratford. This rough magic I here abjure, and when I have acquired some heavenly music, which even now I do, I'll break my staff, bury it in certain fathoms of the earth, and as deep as did ever plummet sound, I'll drown my book.
I got it. Green room, hands to go. What? What? Frank? Frank who? I can't hear a word he says.
Yes. Yes, it is. Well, how do you do? I see. Well, that's lovely. Right. Right. Uh-huh. Goodbye.
Well,
That was Frank Capra. He said his plane was delayed and he did not see them at the day. What? He's in the